Have you ever wondered if the Philippines could stand up to China all on its own, without the help of any other nation, especially the US? A thought-provoking question, isn't it? This isn't just a hypothetical musing. It's a question that has been at the forefront of many minds in recent years. What's the current situation between the Philippines and China? Is there tension brewing beneath the surface? If so, what's sparking it? Could these two nations, so different in size and power, potentially find themselves in conflict? And if they did, what would be the likely outcomes? These are complex questions with no easy answers, but they are worth exploring. So let's embark on a journey of understanding, unraveling the intricacies of international politics and military strategy. And maybe, just maybe, we'll find the answers we're looking for. Keep watching until the end for the answer. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and give us a like. It only takes 3 seconds. To understand the potential for conflict, we first need to comprehend the current relationship between the Philippines and China. Let's begin with the political landscape. These two nations have had a history of both collaboration and contention. The Philippines and China have been working together on several fronts, including trade and infrastructure development. However, their territorial disputes in the South China Sea have been a constant friction point. On the economic front, China is the Philippines' largest trading partner, with bilateral trade reaching a record high in 2024. However, the economic dependency on China puts the Philippines in a precarious position, especially considering China's economic might. The military situation, however, presents a different picture. The Philippines' military capabilities are significantly less than those of China, whose military prowess is recognized globally. The Philippines has been modernizing its forces, but it still lags behind China in terms of technology and firepower. A key point of contention between the two nations is the South China Sea dispute. The Philippines, along with other Southeast Asian nations, asserts its territorial claims over parts of the South China Sea, which China contests. This dispute has led to several confrontations, exacerbating tensions between the two countries. On the other hand, points of cooperation exist as well. The Belt and Road Initiative, China's global development strategy, has seen the Philippines receive support for infrastructure projects. This cooperation has the potential to strengthen the ties between the two nations. But the question remains, in the face of a conflict, can the Philippines hold its own without external help? It's a complex issue with multiple factors at play, each with its own set of implications. With this background, we can now delve deeper into the possibilities. The following segments will further explore this topic, examining the resources at play, the possible outcomes, and an intriguing, unanswered question that might just change the way you view this whole situation. So, stay tuned and keep those curiosity gears turning. So what could happen if these two nations come head to head? In the grand chessboard of international relations, every move matters. Picture this: a world where the Philippines and China find themselves in a conflict. Now, this could range from diplomatic disputes to outright military confrontations. Firstly, let's consider the diplomatic arena. Both nations have strong voices on the global stage. China, as we know, wields considerable influence due to its economic prowess, while the Philippines is highly regarded for its articulate and passionate diplomacy. But what if these strengths were tested? Diplomatic tensions could escalate, leading to sanctions, trade embargoes, or even a breakdown of diplomatic relations. Now, Let's shift gears to a more severe scenario: military confrontations. It's no secret that China has one of the world's most formidable military forces. Its army is vast, its technology advanced, and its strategies refined through years of rigorous training and experience. On the other hand, the Philippines, though smaller in military size and budget, has a reputation for its indomitable spirit and resilience. But what if these two forces collide? It would be a David versus Goliath situation. The smaller, seemingly less powerful force against a much larger, seemingly invincible adversary. But remember, history has shown us that size isn't everything. Strategy, terrain, morale, these can all turn the tide in the most unexpected ways. However, it's important to remember that a nation's strength isn't just measured by its military might or diplomatic influence. It's also about its people, their resilience, their unity, their determination to protect their homeland. The Philippines is a nation known for its strong sense of community and patriotism, which could play a significant role in any potential conflict. So, we've looked at the possible scenarios, analyzed the strengths and weaknesses, and pondered the outcomes. But here's the million-dollar question: could the Philippines win? Let's take a closer look at the resources that both countries can bring to the table. When it comes to military capabilities, China has one of the world's largest and most technologically advanced militaries. Its army is massive, its navy robust, with a fleet of submarines, aircraft carriers, and destroyers. Its air force is equally formidable, boasting a variety of high-tech fighter jets and bombers. In contrast, the Philippines has a significantly smaller military. However, it has been making considerable strides in modernizing its forces, with a focus on maritime defense, given the country's archipelagic nature. In terms of economic resources, China is the second largest economy globally, with a vast industrial base and a high rate of technological innovation. It has a robust manufacturing sector and a rapidly growing service industry. On the other hand, the Philippines, though not as economically powerful as China, has shown remarkable economic growth in recent years. Its economy is service-oriented, with a large portion of its GDP derived from sectors like real estate, trade and repair of motor vehicles, and business process outsourcing. Strategic advantages are another crucial factor. China has the advantage of size and location, sharing borders with multiple countries and having a vast coastline along the South China Sea. It also has the world's largest population, offering a vast pool of human resources. The Philippines, meanwhile, has its own strategic advantages. It is located in an area of the Pacific that commands the approach to the South China Sea, making it a critical player in regional security. The country's archipelagic nature also provides it with a natural barrier against invasions. And let's not forget about the role of alliances. While this discussion is about a hypothetical situation where the Philippines stands alone, it's worth noting that alliances can greatly impact the balance of power. China's relationships with Russia and North Korea, and the Philippines' historical ties with the United States, could all come into play in a real-world scenario. Now that we know what they're working with, we can try to predict the outcome. So, could the Philippines defeat China without any outside help? That's the question we've been seeking to answer. Based on our exploration of the current landscape, the possibilities and the resources at play, we can start to formulate a response. Let's revisit the key points. Firstly, we assessed the current geopolitical landscape. We've seen that the Philippines, despite being a smaller nation, has shown significant resilience and strategic acumen in managing its affairs. Next, we ventured into the realm of possibilities. We considered numerous scenarios, each with its own set of challenges and opportunities. We've seen that the Philippines, with its strategic location, could leverage its geographic advantage to offset some of the challenges it might face against a larger adversary. In our discussion of resources, we delved into the military capabilities of both nations. The Philippines has a smaller but agile and determined force. China, on the other hand, has a much larger and technologically advanced military. So, where does this leave us? Well, in a conventional sense, a conflict between two nations isn't just about who has the bigger army or the more advanced weaponry. It's about strategy, geography, and the will of the people. And in these areas, the Philippines has significant strengths. However, we must also consider the broader implications of such a conflict. It would undoubtedly have far-reaching effects on the region and the world. It could disrupt trade routes, create political instability, and lead to a humanitarian crisis. So, could the Philippines defeat China without any outside help? It's a complex question with no easy answers. It would require the Philippines to use every resource at its disposal, leverage its strategic geographic position, and harness the indomitable spirit of its people. And even then, the outcome would be far from certain. But there's one crucial factor we haven't considered yet, and here's the answer to the question we left unanswered. The crucial factor that could potentially change the outcome of this hypothetical conflict between the Philippines and China is the spirit of the Filipino people. Their resilience, their courage, their unwavering belief in their country's sovereignty. These intangible qualities, while often overlooked in strategic analyses, can significantly influence the outcome of any conflict. Imagine a nation united, standing together, willing to fight for their homeland. That unity, that spirit can be a formidable force even against a larger adversary. It's a factor that can't be quantified, but it could tip the scales in a way that military might and economic power cannot. This is the power of the human spirit, a crucial factor that could potentially change the course of history. Subscribe for more amazing content. Keep wondering, and until next time, stay curious. Don't miss out on future explorations and discoveries. Hit subscribe and ring the bell to stay updated with our new content. Your journey of wonder continues with every video. Stay connected and engaged on social media. Continue the conversation, follow us. Thank you for being a part of the Have You Ever Wondered community. Keep wondering, keep discovering. Until next time.